can you do higher than 23,000? This puts you in a powerful, really powerful position to help drive up the price to get you the most for your vehicles. If they have time to think about it, if they have time to look at other cars, another deal might pop up in between maybe 4 or 5 days between them viewing. Time kills deals. You've got to get them to act now, get them to really fall in love with the car. And then that is the best time to strike. Throw that knockout punch, throw that haymaker. Now here's something that I actually learned in property from a real estate agent that I was working with. Before I even mentioned price, I've sold hundreds of cars, and yes, I mean hundreds of cars over the last decade, and I have found some absolute amazing strategies and negotiation tactics to help get me the best deal when selling a car. Now today, I'm gonna share those secrets with you guys. 95% of you guys watching my videos are not subscribed. 95%! That's crazy. That's a crazy number. Now look, I'm not going to tell you to like and subscribe my channel. I'm not like everybody else. I do things differently, and that's just the way I am. But I will say this. If you have learned anything from my channel, if you have learned anything from my videos so far, if you have gained any value, if you have enjoyed my videos at all, do me just one small favor. At least even think about maybe subscribing to my channel. It would really help. You can say no, but if you do say yes, that would mean a lot, and it really help my channel grow, and I'll be able to pump out more content for you guys, be able to put more money into these videos, give you guys more value, and it would really mean a lot and help me out. Let's crack into it. My top 5 negotiating tactics to get you the best deal and most money for your car. So number 1, the photos and the description and pricing. So you want to have really good photos, clear photos, every aspect of the car, the engine bay, the seats, all side shots, front shots, and a good location. You want somewhere that's going to build value, maybe in an upper class area in a nice dead end street around nice buildings with a good scenery. The photos really help build value even before they come and look at the vehicle. So you want nice, crystal clear, crisp photos, and you can even take nice photos on an iPhone or Android. This doesn't have to be photography level photos. And in the description, you want a killer description. You want something that stands out. You want to list all the features of the vehicle. You want to give a good description of its history, any extra features that build value in the vehicle that make it a little bit more special, that might make it stand out from any other car, anything that you can think of, anything that you can list to help push up the value of your car. So you want a killer description. You want to be a little bit different compared to everybody else. Maybe throw a bit of humor in there. Humor helps release the dopamine chemical in people's brains, and when they release that chemical in their brain, they're smiling, they're laughing. That makes them more happy, more positive, and more likely to book a viewing to view your car. So throw a bit of humor in there just to be a little bit different. And now with pricing, you want to price it correctly. You don't want to overprice, but you also don't want to underprice. So you want to see what other vehicles are going for in the market. You want to price a bit higher than what you're willing to take. Obviously, you want to leave yourself some room to negotiate, because people know no one really wants to pay an asking price. So you have to leave a bit of room for negotiation. So you want to price your vehicle accordingly, in line with the market, maybe slightly lower than some other cars. You want to leave some room for negotiation. So your listing is absolutely critical to get you the most value before they even come and view the car, to build that value before they come and even view. So they've got, well, this is a really good car, it's really well advertised, I might be willing to pay an asking price. Well, presentation matters, first impressions matter. So if you want people to take notice of your car, you want people to inquire and view your car, you got to stand out. All right, number 2 on the list is getting them to view before you talk price. Now here's something that I actually learned in property from a real estate agent that I was working with. Before he even mentioned price, he would get them to view the property first, to get them inside, to get them to have a look around, get a feel for the property, and then talk price once they have had the chance to fall in love with it. Once they fall in love with it and they get an emotional attachment to the car or the house, they're going to be more likely to pay more and more likely to buy the vehicle or the house, and you're going to have more negotiating power. You have less negotiating power over the phone, over message. You have less negotiating power. So a good tactic is, hey, just come have a look at it, see what you think, and we can talk price then. So get them to come have a look, take it for a test drive, get them to really fall in love with the car. And then that is the best time to strike, throw that knockout punch, throw that haymaker, and that is the best time to negotiate and get them to pay more, is when they've had a look at the car. So in these scenarios, talking price before they even get a chance to look at the car, it's hard to get them up. It's hard to drive up the value. This way, get them looking first, build that value, get them fall in love with it, and then strike for the negotiating process. And to get the best deal possible, it's easier doing it this way. Like number 3 is smack bang in the middle of the negotiation. If they ask you what's the lowest cash price you take, what's the best deal that you can do, you really want to build up just the illusion for them to get in their mind that this car is really sought after. You want to say, oh yeah, I've honestly had so much interest. I'm actually really only taking offers at this stage. I've got a couple of people viewing this Saturday and Sunday this weekend. They seem pretty keen. So, you know, make your best offer now. A rule of thumb, and often a rule in negotiations, is if you mention price first, you lose. Now sometimes in this situation that can be the case. So if I'm selling a car for 15 grand, let's say Bob in this situation has asked me what's my lowest cash price, and I'll say, oh, I'll probably take 14 grand. He might be willing to pay 14.7, and you've just gone and told him your price of 14 grand. Now you can't go back. You've already told him that your lowest is 14 grand. So that way you want to flip the script. You want him to give away his number. You don't want to give away your number first. So in this scenario, I've given away my bottom dollar, and he's actually willing to pay more for it. So I've lost out on $700. So you want to get them to reveal their number first, and you want to keep your number hidden. Get them, say, hey look, what's your best offer? You'll come and look at the vehicle. You're obviously pretty happy with it. It's a great car. I do have people looking at it this weekend. So make your best offer now, and if we come to a fair price, it's all yours today. Get the buyer sort of negotiating against themselves. So if they reveal their number first, they're essentially negotiating against themselves, and you're not negotiating against yourself if you reveal your number first. Alright, so at number 4, we have urgency. So obviously, like I just mentioned in the previous number 3, good way to build value and to get the buyer to take action. Sometimes when they're messaging on, oh, I want to come view on Sunday. Well, I've got people coming to view Wednesday and Thursday. Can you come view tonight? Otherwise, these people are going to view first. You got to build urgency. Some time kills deals. I've had this happen so many times before. Time kills deals. Now, if they want to say, oh, yeah, I'm going to come and view on the weekend, I'm real keen, you got to get them to, hopefully, if they can, under those circumstances, view earlier to help build urgency and to get them to take action now. Oh my God, I don't want this to be sold. I don't want to miss out on this deal. We got to go view it now. You know, come on, Harry, let's go. You know, so like you got to build some urgency there, because if they have time to think about it, if they have time to look at other cars, another deal might pop up in between maybe 4 or 5 days between them viewing. Time kills deals. You've got to get them to act now, because they're obviously keen. They're organizing a viewing, and in between that time they might find something else, and the deal, you might lose the deal. So always remember that one, time kills deals. Build urgency, and when they're there viewing the car, repeat the same thing. Hey look, if maybe it's taken them a couple of days to view. Hey look, you know, I've got someone waiting in the wings. He's coming up tomorrow. He's got cash. So if you don't buy it now, someone else will. You know, you got to build that urgency, that fear of loss. One of the biggest motivators when it comes to negotiating isn't necessarily gaining value, it's actually the fear of loss and missing out. So use this to your advantage. And in this scenario, you want to create that urgency to make the deal happen now. Now. Time is now. So at number 5, I think one of the best negotiating or tips when selling a car that I've used to help me get more, way more than I originally was hoping for, was listing the vehicle without an asking price. I know that might seem crazy, and I actually learned this from a property book. Now, with this technique, you want to list it low and you want to list it with a no reserve. So on Trade Me here in New Zealand, you can put it as an auction, no reserve. And say if I'm selling a ute, I put it as 20,000, no reserve, highest cash offer over this, owns it. Now you want to put it on for a couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. You don't want to drag it out. You want a small sort of time frame. And in this way, you're not capping yourself. You're not limiting yourself, because once they see highest cash offer over 20 grand, and that's a cheap price, immediately people are going to think, oh my God, 22. Well, what's the most I'll pay for it? Maybe 23. But if you put 20 grand asking price, people are immediately going to think, oh, I'll probably go 18, 19 grand. They're going to think below your number. Whereas if you put highest cash offer over, they're going to think above your number. And this also puts you in the pole position, in the prime position when it comes to selling, because you can say, oh, I've had the highest offer I've had so far is 23 grand. Can you match it? Can you do higher than 23,000? This puts you in a powerful, really powerful position to help drive up the price to get you the most for your vehicle. If you're holding all of that leverage with your car because you've put the highest cash offer, you can say, oh, I've had this offer, I've had offer for 22, I've had an offer for 23, can you do better than that? So with this technique, I actually have secured the best deals using this technique in the past. Like, I was willing to take 23 grand for a ute and I ended up selling it for $28,000 because of this technique. I was willing to take 7.5 grand for the Subaru WRX because I just wanted to get rid of it. I ended up getting 10 grand. This technique, people were offering way over my initial no reserve listing price. So this technique has honestly made me thousands, and it has gotten me out of deals that I just wanted to get rid of because of this one technique. This can really help unlock untapped potential when it comes to selling your cars, because you will find there are people out there willing to pay more for your car if they see the value, if they really want it, versus what you're willing to take for it. You might be willing to take less and they're going to be willing to take more. So this is a really powerful strategy that I've actually used multiple times and has actually made me thousands of dollars. So that is definitely one I recommend you guys using. So these really are my 5 best negotiating tactics, tips and tricks for when selling a vehicle to help get you the best deal, to get you the most value and the best possible price for a car. So go ahead, check out this one now, and we'll see you in that one.